Repeat opponents for the first time tonight. A critical matchup between a couple of teams at 4-2 in the NAC so far. From Thornton Gymnasium on the campus of Aurora University, it is tonight's Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference men's basketball matchup between the Scarlet Hawks of the Illinois Institute of Technology and the Spartans of Aurora University. So glad you're with us on this Thursday night. It's been a lot of hoops on Lancaster Court this week. The AU men coming off of an 85-79 win over Rockford on Tuesday, and it was a bit of a strange game. You look at the box score at a glance and you think, oh, there's no way Aurora won that game. They had 28 fewer field goal attempts. They were out-rebounded on the offensive glass, 21-7, but. They had 18 more free throw attempts, 19 more free throws made, and they were only outscored on second chance points by 3 despite a significant disadvantage on the offensive glass. Michael Osborne had a night, career best 34. Noah Butler added 20. Justin Wilson had 13. And Aurora dominated the paint by 16. They dominated on fast breaks by actually more than that, by 24, on the way to 9-4 on the season and 4-2 in the NAC. Illinois Tech 6-7 on the year, but also 4-2 in the conference. They also played on Tuesday, and it was not close. Hosting Dominican up in Chicago, shot 60% from the field before halftime. They enjoyed a plus 14 advantage on the windows, held the Stars to 33% for the game, and ended up defeating Dominican 80-55. Just another night at the office for the NCAA's leader in total rebounds, Miloš Dugalić, who went for 22 and 18 for his 5th consecutive double-double and his nation-leading 12th double-double this season. Wasn't all, though. Otis Reale went for 18, 7, and 5, and Caden Gigstad added 17 for the Scarlet Hawks. The issue for Illinois Tech has always been, can they get enough scoring? Yes, Dugalić has been sensational. Reale has been terrific. Garrison Carter, the freshman, has added 13. Caden Gigstad averaging double digits as well. The problem is those 4 are accounting for 83% of IIT's scoring. The rest of the team is averaging under 12 points per game, only 4 field goals per game, shooting 33% from the field. So it's nice to have 4 players who can put the ball through the hoop, but you play 5 at a time. And so that's going to be the situation for the Scarlet Hawks. Can they find one more player to reliably put the ball through the hoop? Could be the difference between a team that has a nice season and a great season at this point as we reach the midpoint of the schedule, but with conference play almost entirely here in front of them, a chance for the Scarlet Hawks to get some separation and secure their spot in the NAC tournament field. As I mentioned, repeat opponents. These teams playing each other for the second time, the first time that's happened for either team here in the conference. Back on November 29th in Chicago, Michael Osborne picked up his then career high 26th point of the night on a jumper with 2 seconds left to give AU a 78-76 win. Justin Wilson matched his career high with 22 points. And for Illinois Tech, well, it's just like I just mentioned here. Dugalić at 23 and 13, Reale 24, Gigstad 20, Carter 9 points in the loss. No one else scored for the Scarlet Hawks in their defeat at the hands of the Spartans. Going to be a fun one. If this one is as good as their first meeting, and we are in for a treat tonight. Game number 14 of the season for the Spartans on the way here at athletics.aurora.edu. right, friends, Thursday night hoops. It's the only game in the NAC tonight between a couple of teams in a logjam for third in the conference standings. 4 teams at 4-2, 2 of them here tonight. Let's meet these starting lineups. First for the visiting Scarlet Hawks, the Illinois Institute of Technology. 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a freshman tonight. It is the 6'1" junior from Arvada, Colorado, Caden Gigstad. A 5'10" senior from Rome, Italy, Otis Reale. From Chicago, the 6'3" junior, Desmond Price. A 6'9" senior from Des Plaines, Illinois, Miloš Dugalic. And the freshman from Island Lake, Illinois, standing 6'5", Garrison Carter. Again, the starters for IIT, Gigstad, Reale, Price, Dugalic, Carter. The Birds are 6-7, 4-2 in the NAC so far. Terrence Gray is in year 3 at the helm of the Illinois Tech program. Steve Christensen leads the 9-4 Spartans of Aurora University. They are 4-2 in the NAC as well. 3 juniors, 2 freshmen tonight for the Spartans. They are the 6'6" junior from Lawrence, Kansas, Noah Butler. From Homewood, Illinois, the 5'10" junior, Julian Gatewood. Out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, a 6'5" freshman, Trey Jenkins. And from Chicago, the 5'9" freshman, Trey Hamilton. Rounding out the starting lineup from Broadview, Illinois, the 6'4" junior, Michael Osborne. Butler, Gatewood, Jenkins, Hamilton, Osborne for Aurora. They'll move left to right across your screen as they were on Tuesday, wearing their gray uniforms, blue numbers, white letters, Aurora on the front of the uniform. Illinois Tech wearing black tonight. Red numbers and letters outlined in white, and it reads Illinois Tech on the front of the uniform, Illinois above the number, and Tech below it. As the lights come on here at Thornton Gymnasium, Sean Fry here with you. Brendan Blair helping out on the camera. We promise for our broadcast tomorrow he will not be on the camera. No basketball, but a big men's hockey series between the Spartans and St. Norbert College. Should be a fun one there. Part of a very busy slate of AU athletics the week before classes begin. The spring semester on Monday. Dugalic and Butler in for the tip here. Hawks looking for a season split. Spartans looking for a season sweep. And the Redbirds get underway here to start it. Dugalic at the free throw line looks to back his way to the rim. Butler goes down. Dugalic lays it in. Will it count? They will call the foul, I guess, before the lay-in here. They're not allowing the basket. Unless it didn't go through, and I was just envisioning it. The first free throw from Dugalic doesn't go. A 77% free throw shooter. So they'll try to split the free throws here. Oh, wow, it did not go in. That was a good call from this angle. Looked like it went right on through. Officials Bobby Dahl, Troy Boardman, and John Washoe. Well, sometimes your eyes do play tricks on you. You watch enough basketball. Here's Gatewood driving coast to coast, lays it in. Spartans in front here in the opening 30 seconds. So 2-1 here. Second possession for the Scarlet Hawks. It's a 3 hoisted by Price. Doesn't find the rim and it hops out of bounds. So Aurora with possession here, and it's Hamilton trying to take it to the rim. He's cut off at the block. Heaves it out to Butler for 3 straight away. Doesn't go. So IIT the other way in transition. Reale fouled on the jumper. And he too will go to the line here. So the first foul on Aurora was on Trey Jenkins. The second foul on the Spartans here. Looks like it's been signaled here. We'll update that here as the ball goes back in for the Hawks. Here's Reale on the left wing, going to work against Aurora's man-to-man. Everyone forgot about Garrison Carter. He lays it in, and it's 3-2 IIT. We'll see Hamilton operate here. Has it on the right wing as Osborne sets a screen for him. Illinois Tech in a man defense here. It was the 3-ball from Jenkins from the corner, no good. Dugalich, the rebound and a running start, lays it ahead for Price, who will kick it out for 3. That was Carter, no good, but it fell right to Dugalich, who put it right back in. And it's 5-2, Illinois Tech here early. Hamilton to Jenkins here on the far sideline. Nearly 2 minutes elapsed in the first half. Gatewood will pick it up. Nearly throw it out of bounds as pass was off the mark, but Osborne hauled it in. Now looks for some space to operate. Throws it out to Butler. He's at the elbow. 7 to shoot. Out it goes for Gatewood. 4 on the shot clock, and kicked it to the corner and threw it right out of bounds. Foul, by the way, earlier for Aurora was on Trey Hamilton, so he and Jenkins both have one. There's Carter up top, left wing for Reale. Short corner left side going to work on Hamilton, gets his way into the lane. Contested jumper doesn't fall. The rebound gets kicked out to Dugalich, who buries the 3. Dugalich, 17 points, 13.5 rebounds on the season. 5th best in the NAC in scoring, 2nd in the whole country in rebounds per game, even top 5 in steals in the NAC, and 3rd in the conference in blocks. He does it all for the Scarlet Hawks. Spinning to the rim, Butler no good. IIT the rebound. And then Otis Reale averages 16 per game, 49% from the field for the Scarlet Hawks, and you can almost forget about him a little bit, even though he was an all-conference pick with Dugalich last season. Here the hesitation, the drive, puts on the brakes, goes back the other way, lays it in, and it'll be waved off for a travel, and Reale can't believe it. For Aurora, Michael Osborne, the leading scorer, 15 and 6 on the season. Noah Butler averages 15 and a half and 4.5. And then Justin Wilson also up into double digits, averaging 11 per game for Aurora. Stand corrected, Butler, Aurora's leading scorer, Osborne right behind him. Spartans into their offense here, down 8-2. 16:30 left in the first half. Hamilton out to the right wing. Pass into the post was tipped, taken away by Dugalich. In transition, he'll kick it out. Reale into the 3. No. Osborne the rebound. Aurora rather fortunate there, haven't scored in 3.5 minutes. Osborne trying to put an end to that, and he loses it out of bounds, but with a little bit of assistance. 7 straight for IIT for the last 3:39. Osborne brought it in, then got it back and steps to the right wing. He'll try the 3, stepping to his right, doesn't go. Rebound batted out of bounds by Jenkins. Frosty start for Aurora, 1 for 5 from the field. IIT has made 3 of 7 so far in this one, and the Spartans have had a way of keeping things interesting, for better or worse at times. Had some rallies, let some leads slip away. Here's a post-entry pass that went right to Trey Jenkins, so Aurora takes it into the half court. Jenkins gets it here in the near corner. A pump fake on the 3, and now out to Gatewood in front of the scorer's table. Driving, pulls up, tries the floater. Got the glass, nothing else. Rebound batted out to Reale. Ahead in transition, that's Desmond Price, makes the tough layup. Timeout, Aurora. 10-2, Illinois Tech here in the early going. 15:27 is what remains in this first half. So as we enter the day here, Aurora, by the way, a point I was trying to get to is Aurora, the longest home winning streak in the conference right now. They've won all 6 at home so far this season. At the close of Tuesday's action, Concordia Chicago all alone at the top of the NAC standings at 5-0. Wisconsin Lutherans at 5-2 right behind them. And then one of these 2 teams trying to join the Warriors tonight is Aurora, St. Norbert, Marion, and Illinois Tech, all at 4-2. And so if the season ended today, those would be the 6 in the NAC tournament. MSOE at 3-2, Benedictine 3-3, Lakeland 2-2 right behind them. Rockford at 2-4, not in too much trouble just yet. Butler in tight, in too tight. Miss. Gatewood got the offensive rebound though, and Aurora gets a second chance here out of the timeout. Hamilton into Jenkins for the corner three on the far side. That one hopped around, didn't go, and Dugalich pulled in the rebound. IIT the other way quickly in transition. Gigstad finds Dugalich on the left wing. He calls out traffic. Price picks the ball up here on the right wing. Around the arc to Dugalich on the left wing, and right inside for Carter. Back to the basket, to his left, the miss. Rebound for Osborne. Aurora will bring it up the other way. Looking to get to the rim here, gets all the way there and lays it in, and that ends what had been a scoreless stretch for Aurora of more than 5 minutes. 10-4, 14 and a half remaining before halftime. Reale has it in his hands for Illinois Tech. Aurora looking, stay in their man-to-man defense. Carter for Gigstad, pass to Reale just inside the right wing. He looks to explode to the rim and does, beating Jenkins off the dribble and laying it in to make it 12-4. Now the Scarlet Hawks will pick up Aurora full court. They were looking maybe to set up a 2-2-1, but declined to do that. Just wanted to show Aurora a different look. So Gatewood here to Hamilton out of the volleyball line. 10 on the shot clock. Aurora taking a long time to get this possession set up. Butler, baseline jumper. Doesn't fall, Price the rebound. Price still with it. Left open for three, knocks it in. And Price made his season debut for the Hawks against Concordia, Wisconsin on December 10th. And quickly put up 17 a few nights later against University of Chicago. Off to a nice start here with 5 points, 15-4, the Illinois Tech lead. 13-10 remaining here in the first half. There's a miss from Butler. The rebound on a few tips finds Price. Long pass nearly stolen, but it got to Gigstad first. He'll rip a pass to Carter in the corner. He buries the three, and it is all Scarlet Hawks right now. That's another 8-0 run for Illinois Tech. This one in just a minute 40. Another 30-second timeout coming here for Aurora. 12:55 to play in the first. Now, to my point a moment ago here, mentioned that Rockford at 2-4. You don't want to get, too close to the panic button if you're the Regents right now, but maybe you're a little closer if you're Edgewood at 1-5, Concordia, Wisconsin at 1-6, or Dominican at 0-6. You play 18, so if you're already at 6 losses, typically speaking, you need to be no worse than at 500 to get into the NAC field. It's typically more like 10 or 11 wins to get in the NAC tournament field, typically speaking. So the margin for error for the teams at the bottom of the NAC table right now is going to be quite thin. We'll see if those teams are able to turn it around. A couple of teams very much in the playoff picture right now, but it's been all one and less of the other here through the opening 7 minutes and change. Foul on Illinois Tech, their first of the game. Caden Gigstad pleading his case. Not going to win that argument. You don't normally see the official, or the player rather, be so direct trying to plead his case. Inbound right at the baseline. JT Daniels, Justin Wilson, Nolan Boffman all into the game for Aurora. Osborne, the long two, doesn't go. Rebound out of bounds. Hawks have it. Osborne and Hamilton remain on the floor for the Spartans. Saw a few changes for Illinois Tech as well, as Patrick Blanchard and Zach Davis entered the contest for IIT. Here's Reale from the right wing driving, lost it, came right to Dugalich, and he puts it up and in. 8 points for the senior. Now just 7 away from 1,000 for his career. More on that in a moment here. Hamilton, the take, the bucket and one. Aurora sorely needing that. 20-6 with 12:11 to play in the first. See if that gets Aurora started here. And looks like Davis is going to come off here. We'll reset the IIT lineup as Hamilton, 11 of 13 at the line this season, completes the three-point play. So it's Carter, Blanchard, Reale, Gigstad, and Furkan Mohammed into the match here for IIT. Reale up top here to Gigstad on the right wing. 20-7, the IIT lead here early. Mohammed with it at the free throw line, gives it to Reale. A crossover, gets to the block, the up and under, and then got blocked. The defense by Aurora to stay with that. They go the other way in transition, and Hamilton lost it on the behind-the-back dribble. Here's Blanchard the other way. Left it for Mohammed, who ends up saving it nearly into a transition layup for Hamilton. Couldn't handle it clean. Bothman ends up with it, tried to pro step into the lane, got blocked, got a second effort and missed from 10 feet. Osborne gets the rebound. Here's a third try to Wilson, who takes it to the block. Missed the jumper from there. Mohammed gets the rebound. 3 tries for the Spartans. None of them go through, and their cold shooting continues. Hawks with it, 9 minutes into the contest, up 20-7. Carter wide open for 3, knocks it in. Not a lot of defense that time. He has 8 points. It's a 23-7 advantage here early for Illinois Tech. Now to Osborne, short corner left side. He tries to get to the rim. Left the hook short. Rebound out of bounds off of Carter. Price and Dugalich return. And here's Malik Onyeli for Aurora in for his first minutes. Osborne goes off for the Spartans. Blanchard and Gigstad for the Scarlet Hawks. Another drought for Aurora here. Haven't scored in the last minute 35. There's been too many stretches without points. Illinois Tech really made things difficult here through the opening half of this first half. Wilson the drive, cut off, goes out top to Bothman. Now he'll look to attack the rim. He gets the hoop and one. As Price picks up the foul. It'll be his first foul after Gigstad and Blanchard picked up personals earlier. Reale will come out for Gigstad before Bothman steps to the line to complete the three-point play. He's 12 of 20 at the line. Now 13 of 21. It's 23-10. Dugalich will inbound it as Aurora looks to pick up IIT full court. Daniels crashes into Carter, but Carter stepped on the sideline first. And if he doesn't do that, I believe Daniels is called for the personal, but gonna work out for Aurora this time as the Hawks turn it over for the 4th time. AU needing a run. You don't panic too early. Aurora has plenty of examples to draw from. Well, why not to panic right now? And now Nolan Bothman steps into the J from the top of the key and pours it in. A while since we've seen back-to-back buckets for Aurora. Once again, they look to pick up IIT full court. Maybe the Hawks a bit too unselfish that time as Aurora, to borrow a hockey term, back-checking that time. They tipped the pass across the lane out of bounds. Mohammed exits. Reale comes into the contest, and he will inbound it for IIT. That's the midway point of the first half. Inbound into the high post for Dugalich. He goes to work on Daniels. Had his dribble cut off there, so he'll pass it out to Reale. Dugalich screens for him. It's a pick and roll to get Dugalich at the rim. He missed, but he's tall, got his own rebound, and managed to somehow put back a very difficult finish. IIT bench looking for a call. They're not going to get it. Dugalich now with 10 tonight. 25-12. Agnelli for three in the corner for the Spartans. Doesn't fall. Rebound tipped. Daniels keeps it and saves it. Wilson on the receiving end of that. He spins his way to the rack and drops it in. Had a career night against IIT back in November with 22. That's his first bucket here this evening. Reale to Gigstad wide open for three, yes. IIT shooting 34% from three this season. Mid-table. So far 5 of 8 from deep, and they have Aurora doubled up, but Aurora with the answer. Nolan Boffman pours it in. And it's 28-17 here with 8:20 to play in the first. Once again, IIT breaks the press. Gigstad steps into a three ball, no good. Boffman the rebound. Feeling it right now. We'll see if he gets another look at it here. He'll pass it away to Gatewood and Ada Daniels on the left wing. Those three along with Wilson and Agnelli, the 5 for Aurora. Wilson for three up top. That's good. And Aurora heating up. Timeout, Illinois Tech. Be a full timeout. 7:59 left in the first. IIT leads Aurora 28-20. This is Aurora University men's basketball. A quick 6 points for Aurora pulls them into single digits here behind Illinois Tech. 28-20, Scarlet Hawks lead 7:59. Playing the first half. So Illinois Tech with the ball. Otis Reale, by the way, against Dominican. 18.7 rebounds, and he became the 6th player in Illinois Tech history to reach 1,000 points for his career. He goes inside here to Miloš Dugalich, who now has a dozen tonight. Not only inbound, IIT forces a turnover. And with those 12 points, Dugalich now is at 997 for his career. So he's 3 points away from becoming the 7th Scarlet Hawk to go over 1,000 points, and it might happen in back-to-back games. After the turnover, Illinois Tech gets it in. Here's Price on the left wing looking to attack the rim. The floater high off the window and no good. Lineup for Aurora: Wilson, Agnelli, Boffman, Gatewood, and Robert Ruskevich in for his first minutes. Dugalich picks up his first foul here away from the ball. That's the 4th IIT team foul. Dugalich, Gigstad, Reale, Price, and Carter, the starting 5 for the Hawks in the game right now. Inbound comes to Boffman near center court. 30-20, the IIT lead. Agnelli on the left wing. Finds its way to the right wing for Wilson. Attacking and kicking, Agnelli for three from the corner. Doesn't fall. Rebound to Gigstad. And Agnelli goes to the deck. He got his feet tangled with Boffman, but everyone's okay. Dugalich picks it up for 1,000 points right here. It spins out. That would have put him on the number if it had gone. Gatewood then the other way, lost it. Comes to Dugalich, he'll push it the other way to Reale. A left-handed layup, good. Hawks back up by a dozen. They've led by as many as 16 here in the first half. 6:40 left in the first. Hawks have been hot from the field. The Spartans from the field have not. Anyeli on the baseline, blocked, got it back, missed from in tight. Dugalich the rebound, he now has 6 of those. Heads the other way, one-on-one, lays it in, and he's a point away from 1,000 for his career. $14 for Dugalich tonight, 34-20. A lead here for the visitors. Gatewood dribbles left to pick and pop for Ruskevich. Back to Gatewood, who steps back and knocks in the 3. 5 points for Gatewood, 34-23. Now the score here with IIT on top. Here's Reale to Gigstad on the left wing. As Price runs through, it goes up top for Reale. He'll pull up from the elbow. Jumper back iron, no good, and Ruskevich with the rebound. It'll be Gatewood, ball in his hands here as he dribbles to the top of the arc. Outside here for Bothman. He'll pull up from the top of the key. Did not draw iron, falling away. And IIT will have it. Hamilton, Butler, Osborne all back in. Looks like Wilson, Gatewood, and Bothman will head off. Looks like Anyeli's going off as well. Thought Gatewood was headed off, he was not. And looks like Blanchard is into the contest, replacing Price here for IIT. Here's Dugalich at the block, guarded by Ruskevich, gets his way to the window, lays it in, and goes over 1,000 points for his Illinois Tech career. 16-6 for Dugalich, 1,001 points for IIT. Now Ruskevich from the lane, 12 feet out, falls off the iron. 36-23 to score, 4:50 left in the first half. IIT 5-1 when leading in halftime. Aurora's only trailed twice, they've split them. Dugalich, a little bit of contact, tried the scoop, didn't go. He's a little slow to get up. Aurora with a power play at the other end. 3 from Gatewood, no. Rebound for Gigstad, he'll send it the other way. And it's 3-on-4 here, so he'll wait for reinforcements as Reale has it here on the right wing. 4:15 to play in the first. Carter flashes out, picks it up top, goes to Blanchard on the right wing. And over to Gigstad, wide open for 3, yes. IIT back to its largest lead, 39-23, 4:02 left in the first. A full timeout called here by Aurora. Work to do for the Spartans. This is Aurora University men's basketball. First 16 minutes have not gone according to plan. For Aurora, they trail 39-23. Still time left in this first half. We'll see if they can get into a bit of a roll, but just 30% from the field. 3 of 9 from 3. Here's Hamilton on the right wing with Osborne, Gatewood, Butler, and John Young in for his first minutes for the Spartans. Osborne, the left wing 3, back iron. Rebound hauled in by Gigstad. IIT, meanwhile, 16 of 28 from the field, 57%, 6 of 11 from deep. Blanchard Drive was cut off, goes out to Gigstad. From the top of the key, the jumper is good. 8 for Gigstad. Carter is 8. Dugalich 16 and 7. Reale 4.6 assists. Price is 5 points. The players who have scored, they're the only players who have needed to. Hamilton misses from in close. Rebound goes off of an Aurora leg and out. So Gatewood will come off for Jenkins. We'll see Price re-enter for IIT, and it's going to be Gigstad coming off here. 41-23, 3 minutes to play in the first. Well, if you're Aurora, you think about the Lakeland game. Down 24. Came all the way back to win, so they're never out of it. But it has not been a particularly crisp first half, and that is not going to help. Dugalich for 3. He has 19 and 7 as he closes in on his 13th double-double. John Young got all the way to the rim, though. Trying to take matters into his own hands. He'll draw the 5th IIT team foul. And he will go to the line. 4 of 6 at the stripe this season for the alum of Proviso West High School. Not the only player from that school district in gray and blue tonight, as Michael Osborne played his high school ball at Proviso East. Looks like Butler's going to come off here in favor of Wilson. 2:37 remaining in the first. Zach Davis picked up the foul. Young missed the first free throw. Davis joined by Blanchard. Now Carter, Reale, and Price as Dugalich goes off. Young will get the second free throw. Spartans now down 20. 44-24, 2:33 remaining in the first. Reale on the right wing. They'll send it up top. It's Carter. The handoff to Davis from nearby Neuqua Valley High School once upon a time. Baseline jumper. It's high, and it goes. Reale now with 6 points. 46-24, Scarlet Hawks. This is an IIT team that averages 68 per game, closing in on putting up 50 before halftime. Wilson to Hamilton, left wing 3, halfway down, not all the way down. Only one of those so far for Aurora. Minute 48 to play in the half. Reale, that pass was on the money if Price had kept going with his cut. Gigstad back in. Davis goes to the bench. Looks like Blanchard's heading off as well, as Dugalich is back in after a brief rest. Not terribly surprising, as IIT is 3 of the top 10 in the NAC in minutes per game. Reale is 4th, Dugalich 7th, Carter is 9th. They lean on those 3 a lot. And now IIT goes into a 2-3 zone. Osborne gets a look from 3 and knocks it in. 46-27 with 1:19 left before halftime. And they're going to get Carter for the foul well away from the ball. IIT's last foul to give in the half, but only 1:16 remaining. Nathan Yockey in for his first minutes, replacing Young. If you're IIT, if you can, or rather if you're Aurora, if you can keep IIT off the board here for the final 75 seconds, it's a win that you need to go into the locker room. Hamilton, the handoff to Osborne on the right wing. Now he'll look to attack the defense, but he's blocked by Dugalich, who in addition to 19 and 7 in the first half, now has a couple of blocks. And down here to Wilson. 1 minute to play. First half. And Wilson will go to the line for a couple. Tried to quickly spin into a fall away, and he may have taken a shot in that kidney area. Never a good place to take some contact. He'll go to the line. 46-27 IIT, 58 seconds remaining in the first half. And Wilson, the NAC leader in free throw percentage, 86% on the season, knocks in the first free throw. Like JT Daniels has entered, replacing Yaki. Second free throw from Wilson is good. Now we know each team will have one more possession. Aurora picking up IIT at half court. Reale to Dugulic. Inside, Gigstad got free at the block. Good recovery by Aurora. Finds Reale on the wing. He'll go to Dugulic. Steps around the closeout by Daniels and then airballed the 15-footer on the baseline. 32 seconds left. 4 between the shot and game clock. Wilson pulls up from the high post. Left it short. Dugulic the rebound with the shot clock off. He was doubled right at the timeline. He'll give it away to Reale. And it appears that the Hawks will try to hold Aurora at 29 here. Dugulic a screen. Reale rolls it to him, and it's an easy deuce for Dugulic. 5 seconds remaining in the half. Wilson to Osborne for 3 at the horn. Too high. We'll go to halftime. All Illinois Tech. Through the opening 20 minutes, the Scarlet Hawks lead Aurora 48-29. A recap, first half totals, and the final 20 of this one coming up. This is Aurora University men's basketball. Halftime concluding here at Lancaster Court. Illinois Tech leads Aurora at the break, 48-29. Glad you're with us on this Thursday. My name is Sean Fry. Aurora with some work to do. They shot a frosty 27% from the field in the first half, 10 of 37, 4 of 13 from deep, 5 of 6 at the line. IIT, on the other hand, 61%, 20 of 33, 7 of 12 from 3. Only got to the line twice, split the free throws, didn't matter. We're 23-18 on the glass, but -4 on the offensive glass. It didn't matter. IIT plus 12 in the paint. Got 21 and 8 from their leading scorer, Miloš Dugalić, who has been as advertised, folks. He's 2 rebounds away from his 6th consecutive double-double and nation-leading 13th of the season. That's not all, though. 8 points from both Garrison Carter and Caden Gigstad, 6 from Otis Reale, plus 8 assists, and 5 points from Desmond Price for Aurora. He had 8 points from Nolan Boffman, 7 for Justin Wilson, 5 apiece from Michael Osborne and Julian Gatewood, 3 for Trey Hamilton, 1 for John Young. IIT led for all but 43 seconds of the first half and have a 19-point advantage here as we begin the second half. Spartans right to left in gray. IIT wears black. They'll move left to right. Well, this would not be the largest comeback of the year for Aurora. You certainly don't want to have to come back from double digits down too often. IIT trapping the ball on this first possession, a different look than they had shown, and they force a turnover on Aurora's first possession. Starting 5 for the Hawks: Gigstad, Reale, Price, Dugalić, and Carter. And a bit of a different look for Aurora out of the locker room here, and we'll reset their lineup. They're in a man-to-man look. Reale driving, tosses it to the corner. It was tipped by Daniels and stolen. Then Wilson nearly threw it out of bounds. How about the hustle by Boffman to save that? That almost became an alley-oop for JT Daniels. He lays it in. And Aurora gets the first points of the half. Hamilton, Osborne, used to seeing them start at the beginning of a half. It's a miss for IIT and 2 more for Aurora. Nolan Boffman the lay-in, and Terrence Gray not pleased. The quick 4 points from the Spartans. 48-33 here, a minute and 2 seconds into the first half. As I was saying, the rest of the lineup for Aurora much different. JT Daniels, Nolan Boffman are out there, as well as Justin Wilson, the other 3 to begin the second half. Normally, just in general, we see teams bring out their starting 5 to begin the second half, and I think it really drives home the state of things here for Aurora. And it's the first half where they didn't make much. Even the good looks didn't go down. They started to get a little bit less selective as the half went along. Defensively, it was not where it needed to be. Aurora trying to bring up the intensity here as they pick up IIT full. Price in some trouble here, managed to keep his dribble. And Illinois Tech will get into its offense here. Seen Steve Christensen find a way to get some energy into his team. Nolan Boffman lost his shoe but was able to recover. And then Aurora forces another turnover. IIT had 6 at halftime. Aurora had 5, and that's already a couple for Illinois Tech here in the opening minute 21 of the first half. Now it looks like Gatewood will come into the game as Osborne just went off. Hamilton takes it to the block. He'll bounce it out to Gatewood on the right wing. IIT in a man-to-man defense. Wilson out on the right wing, feeds Daniels in the high post. 10 to shoot, he faces up and knocks in the J. JT Daniels, couple of quick buckets. His first of the night. Aurora trails by 13. Quick start for Aurora, all 6 of the half so far. Reale up top. He'll feed Price on the right wing. It goes back up top, Reale. A head fake into a 15-footer back iron, no good. Boffman the rebound with pace. Finds Wilson. He's on the far sideline. Aurora will settle it down and go to work on offense. Boffman here to Wilson, wants the three. No. Rebound. A little bit of help from Dugalich, finds Reale. And he'll bring it up here on the right side. IIT still looking for its first points of the half. More than 2.5 minutes in. Carter will try to get them here. That one rims out. Good start defensively for Aurora. Hamilton breaks down Gigstad off the dribble. High off the window from the block, no good. And it's Carter bringing it through the middle of the floor to Price, the alum of Luther North College Prep in Chicago. Ball goes into the post for Dugalich. Outside Reale open for three. That one won't fall either. Rebound. A little friendly fire there for Aurora. Hamilton ends up jumping on it. It's a jump ball, and Illinois Tech will keep it. Well, for as hot as the Scarlet Hawks started from the field, they've been as cold to begin. 0 for 4. They'll get a second chance here, and 18 to shoot. Hamilton off. Osborne on here for Aurora. The inbound was tipped by Boffman into the backcourt, but Reale got back to play defensive back and maintains possession for IIT. Price to Dugalich in the corner, rolls right around Daniels, but a block. Dugalich is 6'9", or Dugalich rather is 6'9". Likely doesn't get blocked very often, and in the ensuing battle for the ball was out of bounds off of IIT. That's 3.5 minutes now for Illinois Tech without a point. All 6 points here so far in the second half have been from Aurora. It's 48-35. Hawks head coach Terrence Gray pleading his case there, and as usual, not winning the argument. The coaches rarely do. Here is Gatewood, the handoff to Boffman, who turns the corner, attacks the rim. The layup doesn't fall. Rebound. There's a collision between Wilson and Reale, and it's out off of Wilson. Steve Christensen, though, happy with the effort and the intensity, and did not see a whole lot of pleased clapping from Steve Christensen in the first half. Gigstad, right wing, feeding Dugalich in the post. Never got there cleanly. Ends up going out of bounds off of Daniels. But again, the intensity defensively has increased significantly for Aurora to this point. Inbound to Gigstad, the quick corner three off the line. Carter gets the rebound. And a loose ball foul here. And they're going to call a flop on Caden Gigstad. So that is a Class B technical foul. And that'll allow Aurora to put Justin Wilson on the line for a single free throw. And a couple earlier, again, he's the NAC leader in free throw percentage. Of course, he's the one you put on the line. He knocks it in to make it 48-36, 15:58 to play. Now, Illinois Tech will have possession here. Caden Gigstad could not believe it. Justin Wilson called for the foul here. And we'll see a couple of free throws here coming up for Gigstad. So for Gigstad, that was his third personal. Now stand corrected, his second personal. And I thought it was going to be Gigstad at the line. It's Desmond Price, and he'll knock in the first free throw to put IIT on the board finally in the second half. 4 minutes and 3 seconds in. Price had only one free throw attempt before this one, and he missed it. He makes both here to make it 50-36, and looks like the Scarlet Hawks will pick up Aurora full court. No press. Just will make Aurora work for it up the floor. Boffman trying to take it in the traffic. Had it guided out of his hands and out of bounds. Osborne to inbound. Osborne, Gatewood, Daniels, Wilson, Boffman, the 5 here for Aurora. Goes out to Boffman up top. The handoff to Wilson. 12 on the shot clock. Wilson, the crossover, and he's going to get the foul call there as Gigstad a bit late to get over, and Wilson with the sense of mind to throw it up. And in a bit of distress afterwards, he tries to collect himself. And is a bit hobbled there as he walks over to the free throw line. So that foul is on Gigstad. That is Gigstad's third foul. Had to check with our terrific stat crew today just to clarify that that Class B technical is not in fact a personal foul. You know the rule, but I like to double check just to be on the safe side. Gigstad comes off here for Blanchard. We do have a terrific AU game day crew. Have Nick Malmberg, Jack Fisher, among others here helping out on stats. Could not do it without him. So after a rare free throw miss from Wilson, he'll make the second. It's 50-37. We have 15:34 to play. Here in the second half, Spartans with some work to do. Price for 3, missed it. Illinois Tech has missed all 7 field goal attempts here in the second half. Daniels with it in the jump circle. We'll give it to Wilson and a handoff to Osborne. He's 40 feet from the basket, 15 on the shot clock here as he goes to work on Blanchard. The spin into the lane and the runner goes. 50-39. Under 15 to play on Lancaster Court in Aurora and Illinois Tech. The Spartans have outscored the Hawks 10-2 so far here after halftime. Dugalich fouled well underneath the hoop. Foul's going to be on Daniels, and now they're going to assess a technical foul on Aurora. And it's on Michael Osborne. That's his first. He's not sure what he did or said, and the official is explaining that to Steve Christensen. A little hard to tell if he agrees with that assessment or not. So IIT inbounds it here for Carter. Blanchard bounces it to Reale. He's at the free throw line. A ball fake outside to Carter in the corner and a quick toss to Price. He stepped on the sideline. Well, I cannot find the words to describe how different the second half has been so far from the first for Illinois Tech, who could seem to do no wrong offensively and now have been somewhat of a mess. Aurora's defense has been much better. Boffman spun his way to the rim, got blocked, got the rebound, and then dished it underneath for Wilson. Aurora is within single digits, 50-41. Still trailing, 14 minutes left. The Hawks just haven't made anything, and Aurora's defensive intensity has very much been the reason. Reale here on the right wing. Dugalich screens for him. Reale then dribbles it off of his foot. Dugalich came over, tripped up Gatewood, and picks up his third foul. Now that is worth noting here because 3 fouls at this point is not anything to panic over, but Dugalich has been outstanding. 21 and 9 already, and almost all of that was before halftime. Just to be on the safe side, though, Terrence Gray will send him to the bench. And Zach Davis will come into the game and replace him. Davis at 6'7", does not give up a whole lot in height. Boffman driving. He's fouled. That's the 4th IIT foul. So if you're keeping track at home, Aurora doesn't have anyone with more than a foul. Gigstad and Dugalich have 3 apiece for IIT. Blanchard just picks up his second. Osborne left wing 3 doesn't fall. And Carter hauls in the rebound. Reale. Here is Price. His pass across the gym. He and Davis were not on the same page, and it goes into the IIT bench. Again, Aurora has only trailed 3 times at halftime. Lost once. That was at St. Norbert. The other time they trailed Lakeland by 24 and came all the way back. Daniels in rhythm, falling away, doesn't get it. Illinois Tech the rebound. Still do not have a field goal in this second half. 0 for 7 from the field. Only 2 points after 48 before halftime. Price taking it to the rim, called for a charge. His second foul, team's 5th. And we'll see Trey Hamilton come into the game here. And Illinois Tech's going to take timeout. 30-second timeout here with 12:33 remaining. 50-41, Aurora still behind, but down 19 at halftime, and they have eliminated half of that. Nearly 7.5 minutes. Illinois Tech doesn't have a field goal. It's been 3 minutes and 25 seconds since the free throws that account for their only points of the half so far. And in fact, believe it or not, Aurora on looks like it's showing a 17-4 run here over the last 9:45. So you go back toward the tail end of the first half, and Aurora much better. Still some work to do, down by 3 possessions. It is Hamilton, Osborne, Boffman, Daniels, and Wilson. I thought Gatewood was coming back in. He was just going out to greet teammates on the timeout. Wilson into the lane for Daniels, who managed to keep possession, pivots at the block, throws it out for Wilson. He looks to attack, tries the 12-footer from the key, and he gets it. 50-43. 12 to play on Lancaster Court. And Illinois Tech cannot buy a bucket right now. Carter on the wing to the free throw line, back out for Reale. Davis screens for him, rolls away. Reale put it on him. And a late closeout gives Aurora's 4th foul. Well, they just signaled Trey Jenkins, who is not on the floor. We'll get some clarity on that one. Here's a 3 from Price, doesn't go either. Rebound Wilson, and a home run ball down the court. And Illinois Tech manages, after a couple of tips, to come away with it. That was on Trey Hamilton earlier. 50-43. Boffman with the reach in, pokes that away from Reale, but it rolls out of bounds. IIT will have 14 to shoot. Noah Butler's going to come in and replace JT Daniels. Steve Christensen happy with the effort from the Addison Trail High School alum. We're going to see Davis and Blanchard come off, as well as Carter. Dugalich is back in. Muhammad returns to the contest. And Gigstad is in as well. Gigstad, ball fake, the elbow, then dribbles through, gets to the wing, now attacks the rim. He'll swing it, 3 to shoot. Muhammad for 3, rattles it in, and finally, nearly 9 minutes into the half, Illinois Tech with a field goal. Missed their first 8 tries, puts them back up 10. 53-43, Hamilton to Boffman wide open for the corner 3, falls off the rim. Dugalich the rebound for his 13th double-double of the season. Leads the nation, as I've mentioned. Gigstad outside Muhammad, driving and kicking. Dugalich for 3, that won't go. Wilson the rebound. To Osborne, he goes all the way to the rim. Block call will be assessed here to Price, and that's his 3rd foul. It is also Illinois Tech's last foul to give here in this second half, so Aurora will shoot the 1-and-1 for the remainder, or I guess I should say the minimum of the 1-and-1 for the remainder of the game. This will be a shooting foul, and Osborne will have a couple tries added here. And a quiet night for Osborne, 7 points, 4 rebounds. 80% free throw shooter, but leaves this one short. Looks like Jenkins and Daniels return to the game. Boffman and Wilson will come off. Carter is back into the game after a brief rest. Price heads off after his 3rd foul. Osborne trying to get Aurora back inside single digits, and he does. Now he'll come off for Gatewood. It's 53-44, 10:29 remains in this second half. I think it tells you something that Illinois Tech is still shooting 49% from the field despite being 1 of 10 from the field here in the second half. That is how hot they were for the opening 20. Gigstad, right wing, finds Carter. He's up top. Started man-to-man by Butler to Reale. Now Dugalich driving from up top. He's stripped. Butler comes up with the loose ball. And then Dugalich reaches in and gives his 4th foul. And then not only that, Dugalich gives his 4th foul. And now I believe they've assessed a technical foul. So it's already going to be the 1-and-1. Terrence Gray wants an explanation. We're exactly midway through the second half. What's going to be interesting now is Miloš Dugalich has 4 fouls. Do you play him? So it is a technical foul on the Illinois Tech bench. So Julian Gatewood goes to the line, makes the free throw. So he'll get one more here. Looks like Dugalich is going to come out for Price, but I would imagine this is not going to be a particularly long rest, even with 4 fouls. Gatewood makes both free throws, and now Butler goes to the line for the 1-and-1. So that was team foul 7 and team foul 8. It's 53-46 Illinois Tech. That's the second technical foul assessed on the Scarlet Hawks tonight. First was on, I guess I stand corrected, the first was the Class B technical. Butler missed the free throw on the front end of the 1-and-1 and then gives the foul. Really the first technical foul. I guess technically second, I wasn't wrong, but not quite the same type. So IIT remains up by 7 as we get into the final quarter of this contest. Gigstad out on the right wing, dribbles up top, gives it to Muhammad. And now Carter is at the elbow, pulls up for the jumper from there. Not a great look. Doesn't go. Rebound Hamilton. The other way in transition for Butler. Lays it in. It's a 5-point game. 53-48. IIT has been outscored 17, make that 19-5 since halftime, and then a hand check here on Hamilton. That is Aurora's final foul to give here in this second half. So we'll inbound it. Both teams will be in the 1-and-1. At least for the moment. 53-48 Hawks, 9:22 left. Reale on the floor with Muhammad, Carter, Price, and Gigstad. Price has it here, front of his bench. Couple step fakes guarded by Jenkins. Tries the step back long deuce. Tough bucket. It's good. And then they call a flop on Price, and Aurora will get a technical free throw. So this officiating crew has made it very clear that the fall away there, trying to draw the contact, is not going to be allowed. So here's Gatewood to the line for one. 7 points, he's made both free throws. Now he's made all three. 13 of 15 at the line this season. 55-49, 9:09 left. It is Aurora basketball. 5 for the Spartans: Jenkins, Hamilton, Gatewood, Butler, and Daniels. Aurora shot 27% from the field and allowed IIT to shoot 61% in the first half. Complete tale of two games. Butler has it just inside the left wing. IIT in a man-to-man look. Attacks the rim, gets there, and it falls off the iron. Muhammad the rebound, ahead for Price. In transition, one-on-one with Gatewood, off back iron and in. Tough take for Price, who goes into double digits. He has 11 points tonight. Meanwhile, Miloš Dugalic, 21 points, 10 rebounds, hasn't scored in the second half, on the bench with 4 fouls. To be continued there. Jenkins up top for Aurora. Hands it off to Hamilton on the right wing. A step fake with 7 to shoot. Looks to take it to the rim, rips it across the gym. Jenkins for 3, got it. 57-52. 8:06 left. Have ourselves a game. Price for 3, doesn't fall. And then a foul called here. It's another flop. They're going to call this one on Jenkins for Aurora. And Otis Reale will get a technical free throw. And gets the friendly roll. Full 2-possession lead for Illinois Tech. 7:59 left, 58-52. It'll be Aurora ball. Well, Jenkins had gone to the floor right before Price took the shot. So IIT gets a point out of the possession. Wilson here back to the basket in the restricted area. Went to the floor, then the ball was kicked and the Hawks will have it. So a few changes for Aurora. Boffman, Jenkins, Wilson, Osborne, Daniels now the 5 for the Spartans. And IIT will keep this lineup. You have to think that are not more than a few possessions away from Miloš Dugalic returning to this contest, especially if IIT is still clinging to a lead. Gigstad has it up top. He'll kick it. Carter for 3 from the near side, and it's pure to make it 61-52. IIT back up by 3 possessions. Wilson looking for an answer. The hesitation and the kick. Osborne around a closeout, tries the runner, and it's off the window and in. Aurora down 7 with 7:04 left. Gigstad on the left wing for the Hawks, pulls up from 15, that one goes. And now IIT starting to get hot from the field. Osborne quickly the other way, and a great look for Boffman for 2. Boffman with 12. 1 of 3 in double digits for the Spartans. Wilson is 13, Osborne is 10. And Gatewood right behind them with 8. Now Reale trying to take it. Puts the ball on the floor, and it's out of bounds off of him. And now we'll see Jenkins go off for Hamilton with 6:32 to play. Aurora down 63 to 56. For Illinois Tech, 21 and 10 for Dugalich. Carter and Price have 11. Gigstad is 10. Reale with 7, plus 8 assists. Take here from Osborne. He'll get to the line. Carter gives the foul. And Aurora will shoot 2 for the rest of the ball game after the 9th Illinois Tech team foul. And Osborne in a little bit of pain here as he looks to collect himself. He'll tie his shoe to give himself a moment, and then he'll attempt the free throws here. Now credit to Steve Christensen for finding an adjustment at halftime to improve the intensity on defense for his Spartans. But the job is not finished. Osborne's first free throw is good. 6-point game. He'll come off for Gatewood here in just a moment. Aurora next in action on Tuesday against Benedictine. We'll get a few days after this one. Second free throw spins out. Daniels touches the ball on the baseline. IIT has a short turnaround. 3rd game this week. They'll be home to Lakeland on Saturday. And certainly, I'm sure we're hoping up 19 to get a little bit of rest for the starters, but that is no longer in the equation here. 63-57, 6:11 remaining. Muhammad out to Gigstad on the left wing. Moves to his right. Aurora still in a man-to-man look. Reale picks it up in the high post and pours in the J. 9 for him. Hawks back up 8. Gatewood here. Gets to the block. It's off the window and no good. Rebound to Gigstad. And he'll try to push it. And Boffman, too physical, will put Gigstad on the line for the 1-and-1. Boffman's first foul. And as expected, here is Dugalich. And it's a gamble as he has 4 fouls, and there's 5:44 left, but it's an 8-point game. He'll replace Muhammad. I don't know how you don't play the big man at this point in the contest. Gigstad makes the first free throw. 79% free throw shooter coming into this one. His first trip to the line tonight. Second one is good. Scarlet Hawks up by 10. But still 5:40 left. Aurora has been as close as 5. Wilson in the lane, good up and under, but too strong on the way there. Dugalich didn't get the rebound clean. It came right to Justin Wilson, who laid it in. Maybe a tough break for Dugalich that time, but Aurora will take it. They're down 8. Dugalich with the ball. Goes to Reale. And now Dugalich left wing. The handoff here, Gigstad. A ball fake. A correction, by the way, it was Boffman on the layup last time. To Price with 6 to shoot up top. He'll step to his right and hoist the 3, and my goodness, it goes. And he has 14 tonight. Hawks back up 11. 70-59, 4:36 left. And Illinois Tech has now made 6 of their last 7. shots from the field after an ice-cold start. Osborne called for the offensive foul here. That will be his second. It's like we'll see Wilson come off for Butler. And a 30-second timeout will be called here by Illinois Tech. Again, this is the only game of the night here this evening. But then a full slate on Saturday around the NAC. These Scarlet Hawks will be home to Lakeland. Edgewood at MSOE. Marion visits Dominican. Benedictine home to St. Norbert. A battle of Concordias. Chicago home to Wisconsin. And Wisconsin Lutheran at Rockford, all at 2 o'clock on Saturday. 13 teams in the NAC. One has to be idle, and that team is your Spartans of Aurora University. Again, they'll be back in action on Tuesday. Aurora will be at home against, and I said Lakeland earlier, I was wrong. Lakeland is next Saturday, Aurora home to Benedictine on Tuesday. And we'll be right here for that. Spartans, though, in danger of losing at home for the first time this season. They were 6-0, but down 70-59 with 4:33 remaining in the second half. While I have a moment, big thank you to the entire facilities crew, led by Chad Trudeau, and tonight Kaylee Underwood is running the operation. Kaylee came to the arena tonight with a lot of candy, brought up some Starbursts and Sour Patch Kids. And I don't know when I will fall asleep tonight, Brendan, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. If anyone's noticed that I sound a little more upbeat tonight, it's all this sugar. 4:20 left here. Illinois Tech with the ball, up 70-59. Dugalich, Reale, Gigstad, Carter, Price. Starting five for the Hawks. Extra pass finds Price in the corner for three. He's been hot tonight from out there, but this one doesn't go. Spartans have Hamilton on the floor with Boffman, Butler, Osborne, and Daniels. And if Aurora has one last rally, they need it now. Boffman from the lane, no good. Rebound for Dugalich. Now 3:47 left. Again, IIT now made 6 of their last 7 from the field. Or now 6 of 8, my apologies, and now 6 of 9 as Carter misses one here. But not a good time for Aurora to see the offense dry up. Haven't put one in nearly the last 2 minutes. Now down to only 3:25 left, down 11. IIT in a man-to-man look, and Osborne tripped. Pass goes out of bounds. And that will be the 13th Aurora turnover. You look at a lot of the numbers, and they're relatively even up and down, but the one thing that isn't, field goal percentage. And even with Aurora much better since halftime, it's not been enough to overcome a 19-point deficit. Got close, but Illinois Tech has stretched it out and now just need a few quality possessions to get the series split. Gigstad the drive, and no one on the receiving end of that one. Reale touches it out of bounds. 2:59 left. Aurora down 70-59. But scoreless for the last 2:40. Wilson will replace Daniels here. Right side for Aurora, IIT hasn't scored nearly 2 minutes either. Butler driving, lays it in. It's a 3-possession game, 71-60 Aurora. Full court pressure here, and Boffman gets the steal. It comes to Osborne. He'll go right to the rim, and the finger roll goes. 4 quick ones for Aurora, 70-63, 2:28 remaining. Once again, they get Illinois Tech picked up full. Gigstad to Dugalich. He's across center court. And he'll be fouled on the hip, rumbling to the rim. So that's on Boffman. It's his second. And this will be the last time we shoot the 1-and-1 tonight. It's Dugalich going to the line. Now he's 1 for 2 at the line. 77% entering the ball game. He makes this one here, believe it or not, for his first points of the half. Some of that due to foul trouble, and some of that due to a much better performance defensively by the Spartans. And so it'll still be a double-double, but it looked like it might be a truly historic game in IIT history at halftime, and still a very, very good one. You don't want to take anything away from it. Splits the free throws. Wilson gets a look from 3, misses it. Dugalich gets the rebound. Boffman commits the foul, and Dugalich will go to the line for 2. Boffman tried to plead his case, and the official, I think, handled that one well. 71-63, 2 minutes remaining. Dugalich 22-12, and again, it was 21-8 at halftime, and you start to wonder, are you looking at a 30-15 game, 35-15? Misses the first free throw. And you look at some of the games that Dugalich has had this season. 16-20 against Caltech. 23-13 in the first game against Aurora. 20-13 against Chicago. 22-18 2 nights ago. Gets the second free throw to make it a 3-possession game, and then Butler with a kiss off the glass from 12 feet. It goes. 1:47 remaining. Spartans down 72-65. Full timeout Aurora. Spartans still more work to do. And they'll try to do more of it after this. This is Aurora University men's basketball. $1:47 is what remains on this Thursday night. Aurora has trailed for very nearly the whole thing tonight. All but 43 seconds. Down 72-65. Down 19 at halftime, looking for one final furious rally. They pick up IIT full here, and the Scarlet Hawks do beat the 10-second clock with a couple to spare. Patient against the trap. Aurora man-to-man. Maybe the last possession where they're not able to try to force the issue. 5 to shoot. Here's Reale. 3 on the shot clock. Price will get off a 3 at the buzzer. It goes, and that one very well may be the deciding basket. Matching a career-high 17 for Price. Jenkins looking for an answer. Doesn't go here. A rebound for Price. Illinois Tech advances it into the front court. And now Aurora will need the foul. Boffman will apply it to Gigstad here with 56 seconds remaining. 75-65 the score. And we'll see Gigstad go to the line here. 12 points for him so far this evening. A much better second half for Aurora, but ultimately too large of a deficit to overcome tonight. Too large of a hole, and barring something nearly unprecedented, will come up just short tonight. Gigstad splits the free throws, and then Aurora wastes no time advancing the ball. Boffman for the basket and one. It's been a nice night for Boffman, who now has 16 points, 5 rebounds. He's one off of his season high in that huge comeback against Lakeland. He can match that here. Does lead all Spartans in scoring so far tonight. He'll complete the three-point play, make it a 9-point game with 50 seconds left. 76-68. Hawks get it in the Carter to Dugalich, Price, and now Reale, who will pull it back. And Illinois Tech will play keep away. Gigstad fouled by Jenkins. Carter was wide open underneath. Gigstad couldn't get it to him for the easy two. About the only shot you take in those circumstances. Gigstad will be able to add to his total. 23 and 12 tonight for Miloš Dugalich. Again, his 13th double-double of the season. He'll lead all scorers and rebounders tonight. Desmond Price matches his career high with 17. Gigstad makes the first free throw. He has 14. 11 points for Carter. 9 points, 8 assists for Reale tonight. And now Gigstad with 2 added to his total. He has 15. Runner here from Osborne, no good. Dugalich with the rebound. He'll toss it down the floor. Shot clock is off, and Aurora will apply one final foul. Boffman, 17 points. Michael Osborne, 13. Wilson with 13. Each of them have 5 rebounds as well. 8 points for Gatewood, 6 for Butler, 4 for Daniels, 3 apiece Jenkins and Hamilton. Hamilton added 4 assists. John Young with an assist tonight, or rather with a point tonight, my apologies. Carter makes the free throw. He has a dozen tonight. One of 4 Scarlet Hawks in double digits. He'll make both to make it 80-68 with 23 seconds left. Illinois Tech shoots 52% from the field, 28 of 54, 11 of 24 from 3, 13 of 17 at the free throw line. After one final Aurora miss, Spartans 37% from the field, 25% from 3, and 72% at the line. Illinois Tech, after losing in a heartbreaker a month ago, gets an 80-68 win. They're on Lancaster Court to split the series with Aurora. Hawks out-rebound Aurora 40-33. Spartans the 10-6 advantage on the offensive glass. 19 turnovers for IIT, 13 for Aurora tonight. So Illinois Tech back to 500 on the season. 7-7 with the win. Now 5-2 in the NAC, tied for second with Wisconsin Lutheran going to Saturday's play. Aurora falls to 9-5. First home loss of the season in 7 tries. They fall to 4-3 in the NAC. Time of the game, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Spartans off on Saturday. They'll host Benedictine here on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We hope you'll join us right here at that time. Illinois Tech home to Lakeland on Saturday for a 2 o'clock start. Lots going on this weekend, including in basketball. Aurora women's basketball home to Alverno at 2 o'clock. Then it's a busy weekend on the ice. Friday and Saturday, 3 o'clock face-offs between Aurora and St. Norbert. A huge series with postseason implications. And then women's hockey begins a series with Northland on Saturday. They'll play both Saturday and Sunday at noon. Big thank you, as always, to the entire Aurora University Game Day crew, whether it be athletic communications or facilities. And, of course, to our camera operator tonight, Brendan Blair. And we hope he and the Spartan hockey players have a terrific series starting tomorrow against St. Norbert. One more time, the final. Illinois Tech over Aurora tonight, 80-68. My name is Sean Fry. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. Thanks for watching Aurora University men's basketball here at athletics.aurora.edu.